what's going on, ladies? Ashley Brown here to give you some more valuable information about relationships. I want to help you from being used, abused, and just totally confused in a relationship. Ladies, I'm talking about getting used by a man. And if you've been there before like I have, you know that feeling is a sucky feeling. It just doesn't feel good. So I want to share a personal story with you guys, and maybe you guys can relate to it, and I want to help you overcome the situation, and hopefully you can learn from my mistakes and not make the same ones. About a year and a half ago, I was dating this guy, and he was totally he was cute, sexy, hot, you know what I mean? And during that time, I didn't really feel 100% okay with who I was as a person. I was very insecure, kind of shy, kind of timid, and I felt the only way that I could really win over a guy's heart is by going above and beyond and just doing literally the most to win him over. And maybe you guys can relate to that situation. But later on, I realized that the favors and the things I was doing from him wasn't being returned. You know what I mean? I was constantly just giving, and he was constantly just taking. And I literally, at the end of the relationship, ended up so drained and just so annoyed and just mad at myself that I allowed myself to get used, because A, the relationship ended up bad, B, he basically got everything he wanted and just kept it pushing. So I don't want that to happen to you guys. So in this video, I'm going to give you 3 principles you can live by, or if you're already dating a guy, that maybe you can apply to your relationship, or if these things may be happening to you, to help you and prevent you from getting used. The first principle I want to talk to you about is when a woman is trying too hard to win a man over, he will usually test her to see how far he can push her. And to elaborate on that situation, I mean, when you're dating someone, and yeah, I know in the beginning you're like, oh my God, I love him and I like him and I want to help him, I want to do this for him. But if you're constantly doing something all the time and he's never really doing anything for you, guys can pick up on that. Guys can sense that you're really thirsty to want to be with him or want to be in a relationship with him, and he'll do all that he can and push you literally to the limit until you're like, okay, I'm throwing in the towel, I'm done, to see what and how much he can get from you. So ladies, if you find yourself in that situation, constantly being asked to do something from a guy and he's not really returning the favors, cut it off, you know what I mean? Because I don't want you to be months in a relationship and you wake up and like, oh my God, I've been being used this whole time, you know what I mean? So the second principle I want to talk to you about is whenever you're worried about someone else's approval, the person loses respect for you. Or I should say the man loses respect for you. Men can always pick up girls' insecurities. So if you're constantly that girl who's seeking for validation from him or seeking for compliments from him, men pick up on that and they feed off of that. So they know that basically if they feed you a compliment or tell you look nice, then they can probably get what they want from you because you're not comfortable with who you are as a person. And my advice to you, if that was you or that is you, because that was once me as well, I recommend you really work on yourself and who you are as a person. Read more self-help books or read the Bible to figure out what God says about you. Really empower yourself with healthy, good mental things that you can tell yourself, and not look for someone else's validation. So if someone says something negatively about you, it doesn't affect you because you know who you are as a person, because you are beautiful inside and out. The last principle I want to talk to you about is a guy will work harder for a woman who can function on her own and doesn't need him to take care of her and doesn't always give the man the upper hand. And to also elaborate on that situation, I'm talking about women. Ladies, we need to have a backbone. If we believe in something, we shouldn't always sink down into our insecure self to think that, oh, I'm scared to say this because maybe he won't like it, or I'm afraid to wear this because maybe he won't like it. I guarantee you, if you completely be yourself at all times and not give that man that much power over you, he will fall for you quicker and than you being that shy, insecure, timid girl. So that all really goes back to your self-worth again, and just really working on yourself and who you are as a person to know that you do not ever need a man or anyone at that to validate who you are as a person. Ladies, let's make it an awesome day. And if you have any questions or comments, or you want some advice about something, please comment below and let me know what you think, and I look forward to hearing from you. Let's make it a great day.